Everyone is aware that Tesla is one of the most successful and inventive businesses in the world. Can it ever increase by 50%, though? What time and method will this occur? Come explore with us the potential future dominated by Tesla. I believe the corporation is shifting its focus, perhaps not producing as many cars as before, and instead concentrating on selling batteries, power electronics, charging infrastructure, and yes, FSD and autonomy. In any case, that's the main moneymaker. We believe that investors are somewhat overlooking this situation. That's fascinating, Tom, since supercharging stations are far more effective than regular charging stations with large lineups, even in the UK, if I decide to take an electric car on a road trip. Thus, it is evident that there is a market for that kind of product. Then again, how does Tesla appear? Give me 10 years to come for this business. Are we discussing an entirely different Tesla here? It is among the largest corporations in the world, but how much larger can it get? Its objective is to grow by 50% in the next year. The carmaker intends to produce 1.8 million vehicles this year in order to achieve this goal and maintain an advantage over the long-term 50% compound annual growth rate. Is that even possible, though? We're going to address that query today. We're going to investigate the elements that influence Tesla's performance, the difficulties it encounters, and the potential growth areas it must pursue in order to meet its revenue and market share goals. We'll also examine Tesla's competitive landscape and the tactics it might employ to maintain its lead. Keep watching to the very end if you're interested in knowing more about Tesla and its potential for the future. Now, let's get going. We're going to have Kevin Roberts, Director of Industry Insights and Analytics at Cargarus, talk more about the implications of the slowing EV market and whether it is halting at all. When sales are up as much as you claim, Kevin, is the market for electric cars stalling? Both yes and no. These days, you can very much tell whatever tale you want to tell with the data. Sales of electric vehicles have increased, although not at the same rate for all of them. Moreover, increasing inventory levels indicate that the market may not be as eager to purchase all of the EVs that are currently being manufactured. Thus, I suppose that part of the reason why inventories are rising is that some of the initial demand may have evaporated. Indeed, there is less demand now, but isn't that also a result of the resolved supply chain problems? Yes, so fresh inventory is increasing for every type of powertrain option available. In addition to the fact that there are now more EV makes and models accessible, which is contributing to it, the base of EV inventory in 2022 was extremely low. Thus, everything you're seeing is significantly contributing to the rise in some of these percentage figures. Kevin, please help us understand this. We know from Tesla's call a few weeks ago that there have been numerous price reductions, and Elon seems to believe that there should be price elasticity. Although these vehicles are far less expensive, financing is even more expensive. However, even with the price reductions, they aren't all that more costly when it comes to rates. That is, financing rates, when compared year over year. What's up with the whole notion that even after significant price reductions, demand for Tesla products has not increased? Simply said, I don't think we've reached price parity with all internal combustion engines. According to data on average listing prices from Cargarus as of today, at the end of October, the cost of a new electric vehicle was 28% more than that of a vehicle with an internal combustion engine. Because of the potential problems with range anxiety and charging availability, there is still a premium price tag associated with EVs, which I believe is causing people to hesitate. People are purchasing and utilizing electric vehicles at a rate that has never been higher thanks to the massive surge in demand for EVs over the past few decades. The majority of proponents of Tesla cars think that demand and sales of the company's cars will benefit from the need for electric automobiles. With better technology and revenue scaling, Tesla has grown its markets and sales over the years that it has been in the electric vehicle (EV) industry. What is the future outlook for the stocks of electric vehicle companies, particularly Tesla, given the present and anticipated trends in the use of these vehicles? Can they really expand at a pace of 50%? Let's investigate. Welcome back to Tesla Tomorrow, everyone. Tesla declared earlier this year that it intended to construct a battery facility in the US. The automaker, Tesla, which dominates the market for electric vehicle batteries, discussed plans with the White House and CATL to develop a battery plant in Texas to feed its EV assembly plant. This would be a contentious arrangement. According to some analysts, Tesla is interested in building a plant that is fully controlled by the U.S. automaker, much like Ford recently declared that it was going to do with the battery manufacturer CATL. Similar to the Ford agreement, Tesla would license the technology from CATL and own and run the manufacturing. Before we continue, though, please remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and enable post notifications if you enjoy this kind of content so you can stay updated on all things Tesla. One of the main goals of Tesla's strategy is to keep its competitors at bay in order to produce electric cars at a cheaper price. To do that, Tesla must make investments in innovative, affordable battery technology. A more affordable vehicle would be a good method to draw in new Tesla owners and pave the way for the company to grow at a 50% clip. Also, there is a significant market for EVs. Electric vehicle demand is rising at a rate that has never been witnessed, according to Ross Gerber of Gerber Kawasaki Wealth and Investment Management. It's absolutely accurate. In the first half of this year, mainland China saw deliveries of around 2.4 million electric cars, or almost 26% of all cars sold there. China's car sales during the same period in 2021 comprised only 10% of electric cars, suggesting a growing desire for electric vehicles in the nation. Ross Gerber said in a prior interview with CNBC that since electric cars are quickly taking the world by storm, there's no need to be pessimistic about the concept. The transition to electric vehicles is accelerating, and many individuals and nations are starting to recognize the advantages of utilizing clean energy. Policies have been put in place by nations like Australia to encourage the sale and safe usage of electric vehicles. This indicates that more people are beginning to think about electric vehicles, which is encouraging given the likelihood of similar policies being adopted by governments worldwide in the future. Furthermore, oil prices have been volatile recently, and it's possible that they will rise in the years to come. Many analysts are also highly positive about the future of the electric vehicle (EV) business, and they think that Tesla will gain greatly from this, as it is a major EV firm with a larger market than other EV manufacturers. When the anticipated spike in demand for electric vehicles materializes, Tesla will eventually have more of them than it does now. According to Pierre Ferragu, Tesla's and its competitors' market shares may be determined by their capacity to increase production volumes given the growing popularity of electric vehicles. In addition to the growing demand for Tesla vehicles, the manufacturer is attempting to reduce expenses, particularly related to its battery division. Tesla still has a good chance of hitting that milestone, even though several experts have already stated that the carmaker is having some trouble bringing its battery deals to fruition. For several years, Tesla has been at the forefront of the electric vehicle market. To continue leading the pack, however, it must continue to outsell its competitors while keeping those high margins. Also, there will be significant implications if Tesla can lower the price of its batteries. It's clear that over the coming years, there will be a significant need for clean energy infrastructures, and Tesla is in a wonderful position to profit handsomely from this rising demand. The carmaker is working hard to meet its annual production target of millions of electric vehicles. Elon Musk disclosed that the business wants to produce 20 million automobiles a year by 2030. According to Musk, the motivation for this objective is the ambition to replace at least 1% of the world's more than 2 billion fleets of vehicles and trucks annually, setting a stunning milestone for sustainable energy and electrification.